Meeting's order. Roll call.
Chairperson Patricia Barton.
Present.
Commissioner Miguel Funes.
Present.
Commissioner Margaret Phelps.
Present.
Attorney James Solano.
Present.
And Captain Chris Kelly.
Present.
All right, it looks good. We have 4. Okay, we have minutes from our June 18th meeting. Have you had a chance to read through them? Yes. Any corrections, omissions, additions? Okay, then I can entertain a motion to approve. Accept.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Then we have some one-day licenses, Bentwater Brewing Company for August 10th. They're having a festival from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Goldfish Pond. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we are specifically of 7 minutes. We don't have to do anything, changes or anything.
Not on Bentwater. Looks good.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion of the water to approve permit.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And that will be a fee. That's not a nonprofit. Okay. Then we have the Lynn Museum, which is a nonprofit, for July 25th, the 10th anniversary of the Youth Build program, from 5:30 to 8:30.
Make a motion to approve the 10th anniversary of the Youth Build at the Lynn Museum on July 25th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And lastly, we have St. George Greek Orthodox Church for a number of days for the annual festival, 8:30, on 8:30, August 30th, August 31st, and September 1st.
And that's no alcohol, just food for 16.
I'm sorry?
No alcohol, just food, right?
Yeah, it's yep, there's alcohol.
Yeah, that's,
Oh,
Beer.
oh, they're not charging them.
Right.
yeah.
I'll make it.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Just for the record, if I may, it does appear that the last night is 12 noon to 12 midnight, not 9 to 1.
2-1.
Oh, yes,
I mean, yeah.
yep.
We've had internal meetings about some neighbor complaints about some of the late night, and they promised to try to keep the noise down, particularly after 10.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Oh.
I'm gonna take it.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that pen and went, that makes sense.
Okay, and then we have our police reports.
First one we have is number 24030345, dated 5/9/24 at 1:39 hours, 80 Central Avenue. On this one here, the police responded to the front desk of the Lynn Police Department for a report of an assault. The female stated she was the manager of Tequila Bar and Grill at 80 Central Ave, and around 2300 hours on the 8th, earlier that evening, an unidentified male wanted to get service to the bar. She found him to be too intoxicated, and he did not take kindly, and he ended up punching her in the face with a closed fist. And at that point, we did not identify the man, and she did not need any medical attention, but she wanted to report it.
We have to accept that for the balance.
Second one we have is 24031330, dated 5/12/24 at 21:21 hours, 854 Western Avenue. The police were dispatched to this location, which is Bruno's Bar and Restaurant, on a report of a disturbance. There was a male person being aggressive towards a female. What happened here was they were in the parking lot. A woman was getting laundry out of her trunk, and she thought one of the men was talking too loudly on her phone. She stated that she just had surgery to her ears, and basically what we had was a verbal altercation ensuing afterwards, which no further incident. Next one we have is 2403-2031, dated 5/15/24, at 16:56 hours at 196 Essex Street. Police responded to 196 Essex Street for a drunk male in the parking lot. There was someone laying down there in front of the the Sullivan Liquor Store. He requested to be brought for a detox service, which police arranged an ambulance to transport him for a detox. The next one we have is 2403-2005, dated 5/15/24, at 14:17 hours at 100 Ford Street. Police responded to 100 Ford Street for a possible overdose. The people inside were concerned that there was a woman that looked like she was unconscious and unresponsive in the motor vehicle. So they called the police and the ambulance showed up. The woman then, she awoke, and refused medical attention. There was no further incident. The next one we have is report number 2403-2633, dated 5/17/24 at 22:52 hours at 874 Washington Street. Police were dispatched to 874 Washington Street for a report of a couple of males throwing fireworks. And they believe they were patrons of the Pelican Bar, and they were going in and out of a white SUV. The police got on scene. They talked to Frederick, who was the manager. Frederick stated he was inside the bar. He heard a loud bang. He came outside. He did see two individuals throwing fireworks from an empty parking lot adjacent to the pub. The police did not see any fresh firework residue, and these people left prior to the police's arrival. Next one we have is report number 2403-4721, dated 5/25/2024, 19:16 hours at 196 Essex Street. The police were flagged down at 196 Essex Street for a drunk male in the parking lot. This is Sullivan's Liquors. This person also requested to be brought to the hospital for detox services, which they were subsequently transported with no further incident. Next one we have is report number 2403-4989, dated 5/26/2024 at 19:03 hours at 170 Broad Street. The police responded to the front desk of the police station for a report of an assault that happened the day before at the Roma Lounge. This here, the female party was inside the lounge around 11:30 at night. She went in to use the bathroom. She had a verbal altercation with another woman regarding the bathroom stall. When she came out, she stated she was jumped by three females inside the bathroom. She used her black handbag to fight off the woman, and security ended up showing up and escorting everyone out of the club to leave. She was unable to find her black handbag, wanted to report the belongings missing. She checked with the Roma Lounge. They were unable to find her pocketbook or the contents. She did trace her phone to Salem. The Lynn police contacted the Salem police, and they were unable to locate the phone using the Find My iPhone, and no further incident there. The next one we have is 2403-6882, dated 6/3/2024 at 0052 hours, 130 Union Street. One of the Lynn Police gang unit members in plain clothes was monitoring the area across from the Provenza Lounge and Grill at 130 Union Street. At closing time, he observed a disturbance to start to take place involving patrons leaving the establishment. At this point, there was a few agitated people. There were other units that responded to the area to help dispersing the people. Detective from the gang unit spoke to the owner of Provenza, Mrs. Stefani Oriana, and also a waitress there, and they explained that There was a group inside that had an argument over a $2,500 bill, and the bill was obviously expensive. They left without paying the tab. According to Stefani, the owner, she stated she was familiar with most of the people in the group, and she was going to reach out later to see if they would pay the outstanding debt. Nothing further to report.
Accept that first.
This is a supplement report to the last one. It's the same report number. It's 24036882 with a -2. The supplement report here for the same call that I just described, but what happened here on this report was there was a report of a fight. So several people responded. They saw a large crowd. Approximately 4 to 5 males began arguing back and forth with another group, trying to instigate a fight. Even with the police standing there, they refused to stop acting aggressively, waving their fists, trying to provoke a fight. At this point, one of the officers took out his taser. He activated the taser, he did not deploy it in order to de-escalate the situation, and once he did that, the parties went on their way at that point.
The establishment called the police.
So this where Detective Chris Haggerty works for the Lynn Police Gang Unit was monitoring the Provincial Lounge.
Okay.
So he self-initiated,
Okay.
saw the first disturbance over the $2,500 unpaid bar tab, and then other units responded, and while those other units responded on scene, those males started a fight in front of them in the street, so it was all interconnected. The next one we have is number 24038325, dated 6/8/2024, 2100 hours at 874 Washington Street. Lynn units responded to this location to assist an ambulance with a person that was intoxicated, and it was a female. She had fallen. She had a decent-sized bump on her head. At this point, they were trying to get her to the hospital for medical attention. She refused, but due to her high level of intoxication, she was placed into protective custody in order to get her to the hospital to receive necessary medical treatment.
And she was at the Pelican when this happened?
Yes, she was.
Experimental conference. Experimental conference.
The next one we have is 2403937, dated 6/14/2024, 125 Oxford Street. At this point, one of the marked Lynn police units was passing by Mama Blanca's restaurant at 125 Oxford Street. They observed a disturbance on their computer screen, and then they were flagged down by the security guard. There was 2 males with ponytails that walked out on their tab. The officers checked the area. There was 2 men that fit the description given by the security guard that refused to pay their bill. When the officers went out with these 2 male parties, they were aggressive towards the officers, trying to walk past them, that they didn't need to pay. They smelled a heavy odor of alcoholic beverage emanating from these people. Due to this point, one of them was placed into protective custody, and the other one only had $40 on him and did not have enough money to pay, but when he was checked for warrants, he had several active arrest warrants, so he was also arrested. When they got back to the police station, they opened the cruiser door. They were overwhelmed with the smell of alcohol coming from the back of the cruiser after transportation. And at this point, the officers went over back to the establishment, and there was a tab that had not been paid. They confirmed that it was these 2 individuals. One was, due to his level of intoxication, was placed in protective custody. The other one was arrested for warrants, and he also was highly intoxicated as well.
Accept that pretty fast.
The next one we have is 24040461, dated 6/16/2024 at 106 Union Street. The officers were flagged down on Union Street for a possible fight in front of the restaurant at 106 Union Street. At this point, they saw a large crowd of people leaving the front of the restaurant. The security guard informed them that there was a group of girls arguing on the sidewalk that left prior to the police officers pulling up. There was no fight observed, and the police left at that point. The next one we have is number 24041363, dated 6/20/2024 at 0640 hours, 80 Central Avenue. On this one here, the police were dispatched to the front desk of the police station for a male person reporting that they were assaulted. This one here, the male stated that he was drinking at Tequila's Bar and Grill at about 2300 hours on the 19th. He stated that he had 7 drinks, 6 shots of Hennessy, and 1 beer. He said when he went to the bathroom, he left his drink unattended for 5 minutes, and when he returned, he began to feel weird and unsteady. He was not sure if someone spiked his drink or it just didn't feel normal to him, even though he had listed quite a few drinks to the officers. At this point, he stated he was jumped by some unknown people. He lost consciousness and walked home, but there's some discrepancies here. The police had seen him earlier sleeping in the grass on Neptune Boulevard. He ended up getting up, said he was walking home. Someone did turn his wallet in later at the police station, and he had all his belongings in there, except he did not have the cash that he stated he originally had in his wallet. Attempts were made to get a hold of him in order to come get his property. At that point, he had not answered his phone to retrieve his property. Next one we have is 24041661, dated 6/21/2024 at 0804 hours at 41 Buffalo Street. The police responded to April's Pub for a person causing a disturbance. They spoke to the manager, who pointed out a group of males and females sitting at the bar. The manager informed them that they wanted these people to leave as they were done eating and paid. Once they did, everyone complied and they left without incident. Next one is 24042745, dated 6/25/2024 at 1948 hours. The police were dispatched to 873 Weston Avenue, Jimmy's Liquors Discount. There was a shoplifter. They spoke to the manager and another employee. Someone had stolen a bottle of tequila, $29, put it in their waistband under their sweatshirt, fled prior to the police getting on scene, and he ended up getting away with stealing that liquor bottle. Next one we have is number 24043515, dated 6/28/2024 at 2103 hours, 97 Federal Street. Police were dispatched to the Hibernian Hall at 97 Federal Street on a report of a drunk male sleeping on the front steps. They arrived there. The person was identified and asked if they needed medical attention, which they declined. And they were told that person was not allowed to stay there on that sidewalk. The person got their belongings and left the area without further incident.
Okay, got that. Thank you. Okay. And then lastly, under new business, we have a request from the mayor asking that we approve his request of increasing liquor licenses by $250 a year. The common victular, lodging house, and one-day licenses would increase by $25. I'm fully in favor of
Yes.
this.
I don't think it's why not. It's been increasing.
Right, a couple of years. Okay,
And I'll second that.
All in favor of approving the,
Thank you.
okay, aye. Okay. I get you.
If I may, under new business, it came to the attention of the ward councilor that the restaurant over next to Eastern Bank on Boston Street had some photographs of what was pretty clearly a banquet. Despite the warning this board had given last week, the ward councilor, Councilor Cruz, directed me, in addition to the liquor license, they also have a special permit from the city council. So there is a letter going out from the council that another violation will likely lead to the revocation of the special permit. But I did want to bring the board into this. It looks like a patron was trying to do them a solid, so to speak, and advertising this is a good place for a banquet. But as you know, that's a clear violation of their license. So it's entirely up to the board whether they want to take any additional action apart from the council.
This is the board. Oh, you did? I just know that we would support anything that the city council recommended. So. Thank you.
Okay, that may be enough. Hopefully this is the word to the wise, you know, that this board has warned them, now the city council has warned them, and there's two different licenses at stake for repeated violations.
Right. Sounds good. Any other business? Meetings adjourned.